Evening, you lovely lot. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as MAGG. And with me, as always, is my co-host who knows the most, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everybody. How are you all? Should we see who's in chat so far? We are broadcasting to Twitch and obviously YouTube on mobile and on computers. Phantom, good evening. Good to see you. Jesse says, evening, you lovely people. And MAGG. But he saved himself because he says, who's extremely lovely. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate that. Danka over on YouTube. Good evening. Hannah on Twitch. Good evening. How you doing? Phantom, thank you for sending me that stuff. I'll check it all out tomorrow and then I'll get the messages out that we agreed. Who else we got down here? Flame. Good evening. How you doing? Popped 436. Hello on YouTube. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Kindred. Good evening. How you doing? Retro Shazar. How you doing? We normally see you on YouTube. You've hopped over to Twitch, which is all good. Sticky Kid Evil. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Brian. Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. Great to see you, Brian. Rock Muse. Hello. How you doing? Hello, David Maggs. How you doing? Lorraine. Hello over on YouTube. First time watcher as well. Hello. Best say hello. Hi. There you go. Give everyone a kiss. There we go. How you doing? Great to see you all. Welcome on in. So our first Tuesday night gaming chat of the year. And for this week and next week, we've got something a little bit better. A little bit better. It's just because Rock Muse says you're doing better today. So yeah, I'll do a little bit better. A little bit different because obviously there's not many new games out right now. And there's not many gaming news stories because practically from the middle of December to the middle of January, the gaming industry pretty much sleeps. And as well, you can decide whether it was a well-earned rest or not, whether they got it or not. So we always focus on what games are going to be coming to you in 2026, maybe. So before we start talking about that, Dave, how was your Christmas and your New Year? Great to have you back. Did you enjoy your 2 weeks off and doing the show?
Indeed, thank you, mate. It was very nice. I spent a lot of time with the family. So that was nice. We didn't do a huge amount, kind of just potted around, but we enjoyed ourselves. I managed to get a bit of gaming in as well. So I played quite a few things over the break. Got a little bit further into stuff like Claire Obscure and Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Did a bit more on Battlefield and Ark Raiders. I spent quite a lot of time with Metro Prime 4 since I've got it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Quite enjoying that. It's probably a bit similar to what I was saying back at the last show. With Mafia the Old Country, Metro Prime 4, it isn't really doing anything new. It's pretty much what I've already played, but it's still really good, and I'm still enjoying it. So I'm fairly far through. I think I've just done the 4th dungeon, the flare pool, the lava level. So I think you probably remember that when you finished the game. So I'm getting quite well into it now, getting quite far through. So I hope to get it done in the next couple of weeks, and then jump back to something else. But as well as that, I did jump back into Stalker 2, which I did tell you about. And whilst it's improved quite a lot since its original launch, it's still got quite a few bugs in. Because the reason I went back to it with their latest patch, they'd added a new side quest into it. So I thought I'll go back in and have a look at that. And I ended up with quite a lot of bugs trying to do certain sections of that. I had to keep restarting, trying to get certain quest functions to work. And eventually I managed to, got through it, and it was good. Still enjoyed it. Game still got a good atmosphere. Still on the buggy side. And then the other thing I finished was an old game now, but you might remember this one. It's a side scroll, a bit of a Truman Show vibe to it, called American Arcadia.
Yeah, I never got to play that.
Well worth a play. Finally finished that. I've had it in my Steam queue for years. Did like the first couple of levels a while back, and then just thought just spied it getting in my Steam library over Christmas. I thought, what, I'm going to just play that, and got back into it, completed it. Good game, well worth a look.
I need to have a look at that because that was one that came and went, and it got good reviews, and I never ever got a chance to play it.
It's well worth a look, and since it's a few years old now, if you wait for Steam sales, you're bound to get it at a good price.
There you go. Brian says American Arcadia has the best ending ever.
It's really good.
There you go. Is that's 2 years old now, isn't it? That came out in
something like that, yeah. Without looking, I can't confirm, but yeah, it's definitely a few years old.
There you go. Okay. Well, I want to say hello to some other people here. Pocket Locket. Hi, how you doing, Pocket Locket? Great to see you. Great to have you here. And Gilfly is with us as well. Good evening, Gilfly. Hope you're well, buddy. And apparently a catchy jingle, said Danka, with that game.
Yes. Yes.
There you go. There you go. So there you go. And Diva is also here. Hello, Diva. Hello, lovely. You can get a kiss as well. There you go. Hello to all the lovely people out there. I hope you're well. So I had a massive Kindred asked you a question is, did you really clear any of your big backlog?
Well, so I got American Arcade done, which was in my backlog. But apart from that, I didn't really complete anything else. I did pick up Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty again, and got a little bit further in that. So I still need to carry on with that one. But even though we're talking about 25 new games this week, 25 next week for I've still got shitloads from 25, 24, 23, going all the frigging way back. So I could completely just ignore games this year, concentrate on the stuff I've got, save myself a small fortune, and actually get the backlog going down.
Yeah.
So yes, the short answer, no.
Yeah. Pop says, I'm the only one watching in YouTube. That's not technically true. You're the only one watching on YouTube mobile. We've got people watching on YouTube desktop because we actually split the signal down to different places. So it's good that you're watching on YouTube mobile, Popped, but there are people watching us on YouTube. So there you go. But you can claim that. You can own that. You can be the king of or queen of that. So there you go. He goes, okay, there you go. There you go. So I've got 9 games in front of me, which I didn't touch at all during Christmas, and another 5 on my hard drives of the game. And did I play any of them? No, because I got sucked into playing all the blooming Fortnite stuff over Christmas. So I've literally played nothing but Fortnite. And even then, I stopped playing it when the Christmas thing ended and had a break from playing games. So there you go. So, there you go. Lorraine says, I'm watching on my phone. There you go. So you're not the only one. You're not the only one, Pop. There you go. There are more people watching. It says 1. I have no idea. Blame the algorithm. I don't know. Sophie's here. Happy New Year, sweet cheeks. Hi, Mag. So I'm guessing that the first one was to you, Dave. There you go.
Hey, Sophie. Happy New Year.
There you go. We wish you all a happy New Year and hope you had a great Christmas, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, some great time off, hopefully. Pocket says, I claim that I'm the only person watching you with a jellyfish. I mean, we'll give you that. That's fine. Can't argue that one. There you go. You had a lovely Christmas, Dave, says Gilfly.
I did, thank you.
There you go.
If you did too.
There you go. So let me explain what's happening tonight. Bit of a different show this week and next week. Some of you may have seen this. We always start the year with this. There's no guest tonight. Also want to say, let me just check this. Gilfly, you've just been awarded 450 Mojo Bytes for a 20 stream streak. Thank you very much. Gozzo, also 450 Mojo Bytes, and Evening Gozzo for a 20 stream streak. And Big Jesse, 450 Mojo Bytes for a 7 stream streak. How strict is YouTube with saying stuff? They don't give a shit, so we don't have to worry about that. It's only TikTok that are the funny buggers. And I actually attended a TikTok seminar this afternoon to find out what I can say and what I can't and what I can get away with. God, it's strict. So thank God we don't do this talk show on TikTok yet, because we'd be right in the shit. The Gozzo wants to know, did you get anything good for Xmas, Dave?
Yeah, I got Metroid Prime 4. So I've been playing that pretty solidly since then.
There you go. Pocket Locket. It's a desk light I got for Christmas. It's super cool. So he's got a jellyfish. I can sneeze. There you go. There goes my soul. It's only TikTok. You can't say shit or suck a bag of dicks. Right, yeah, we get away with it. TikTok seminar. Oh, nerd. Yes, I know. Very strict. It's why I won't stream on it. I'd be banned in seconds. Ooh, gross. Saw the snot come out. Don't lie. There wasn't any. It'd be translucent if it was. So there you go. So this is what's happening. I should say I have, not trying to take the full credit, but I have, for the last 2 weeks, scoured the internet of blogs, vlogs, YouTube channels that basically stated like their top 10 list of games to look for 2026 or games to look for in 2026. I had to watch through hours and hours and hours of content and read hours and hours and hours of blogs and basically compiled a list of many games. I had over 300 games to choose from, but the ones that appeared the most are what have made this top 50. So we're going to do from number 50 to number 26 tonight. And this is in not our opinion. It is not in, I suppose it's in the gaming journalists' opinion, but because we've mashed them all together, it's not in any particular order. So do take it with a pinch of salt. What I'm also going to say is some games that we talked about this time last year will feature again because they were delayed. And some games may not appear at all. But we would like to know what games you are hoping that will appear in this top 50 list. And we'll cover 25 this week, 25 next week. We're going to show you the trailers for these games. Some, again, you may have heard of. Some you might not have. Bob says, I'm so hungry, I'm eating myself. I don't recommend anything else than that. Rice, bread, crackers, anything. Just don't become a cannibal. It's not a good New Year's resolution for 2026. Fable, High on Life 2, people are saying. We'll see if they're there. Screamer, we'll see if that's in there. I'm looking forward to that, I'm going to say. So if there's a game that you're looking forward to, it's not in the list. Don't blame us. Blame the journalists. I wish it was the third part of Final Fantasy 7. Whether that'll be there, I don't know. We will have to see. We are not scoring games tonight. Okay, not scoring games tonight because they haven't come out yet. However, I'm gonna say that good evening, iQuell. I am going to say that Danker for the last 2 years has written down and scores like predicted scores. Okay, if you guys want to do that as well. What you can do then is if you then post it in our Discord, when it comes to the shows where we actually do the reviews for the games, you can drop your predicted scores in and see if you guessed right. Now, Danker only got a handful of right out of 50. But what's funny is that the 50 that we talked about last year, a good chunk of them didn't come out because they got delayed. And one of them got cancelled after coming out. So it only lasted a couple of months. And those games, I'm going to give you a recap. So if you want to do that, by all means, feel free. It can add a new element to the show going forward this year. We talked about Dynasty Warrior Origins. This was last year's top 50. Okay. Replaced, which didn't come out. It got delayed. Phantom Blade Zero didn't come out. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam didn't come out. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Assetto Corso Evo, which ended up being a massive flop. Reanimal didn't come out. Mouse PI for Hire didn't come out. Arc Raiders, Chrono Odyssey, Militia Sonnet, which didn't come out. Steel Hunters, Pioneer. I think it was Steel Hunters that got cancelled, but let me know if I got that wrong. Singularity Echo of Vader. The Alters, Slay the Spire 2 didn't come out. Expedition, Claire Obscura Expedition 33, which ended up being one of the biggest games of the year. Turok Origins didn't come out. Eternal Strands, Dying Like the Beast, The Outer Worlds 2, Judas, which didn't come out. Dune Awakening, Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra, didn't come out. Pokemon Legends Zeta A, Killing Floor 3, Little Nightmares 3, Elden Ring Night Rain, Hell is Us, Subnautica 2, didn't come out. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, The First Berserker Kazan, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, I'm never going to forget that one. Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Split Fiction, Avowed, Mafia the Old Country, South of Midnight, Ghost of Yotei, and then the top 10 last year, most games that people were looking forward to, was Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Crimson Desert, which didn't come out, Fable, which didn't come out, GTA 6, which didn't come out, Atomfall, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Monster Hunter Wilds PC, Doom the Dark Ages, and Borderlands 4. I need to turn all those redeems off because I completely forgot. So can someone refund Gozzo's points? I knew I'd forgotten something, so I'm going to turn them all off because we don't have redeems on the show. My apologies, people. But if someone gives Gozzo his points back, it will be greatly appreciated. So those were all the games. One of them got actually came out and then got cancelled after a couple of months. And a number of them never saw the light of day. So the question is, which one of those are going to be back on our list? And which ones never get mentioned because they will end up in development hell. M's good evening. Says, good evening. Lovely people. I will drink. I've got a cup of tea. So there you go.
I've got some water, so I'll join you.
There you go. We're good. We'll look after ourselves. Don't worry, Rock Muse. I appreciate that. There are no ghosts at the Grand Hotel. That looks good. Gilfly said, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it all again? No. Yeah, that ghost game does look good. But by all means, you can guess the title. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the game. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So then we'll play the trailer and you can guess it. And maybe, thank you, Sophie, maybe we will do shout outs for the first person who gets it right. I think that's a fair thing. So at least it keeps you guessing. And we'll do that on YouTube and Twitch. So if you guess the name of the game and you're the first one to guess it right. So this is a game that did feature in our list last year. Was quite higher up in the list, but got delayed. It's coming out on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1, Switch 2, and PC. And Sophie, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That's now 54 months, so we can get a shout out for Sophie. Thank you so much for the sub. Greatly appreciate it. An exclamation sub hype in chat. Show your appreciation for Soph. Helping to keep the lights on so that we can do this show. And here is the first trailer. This is due out in the first quarter of this year. So let's have our first game that you should be playing in 2026. And I want to see how quickly, because this is quite an obvious one. Here we go.
8 digits, 8 shots. Could crack a safe, could mark a date. Only one way to know. Find the numbers before they find me.
Beat it, Gumshoe!
I'm out here building a future! Get rid of the shrews! Well, well. Guess that just made my day.
There you go. So that is Mouse PI for Hire, which was due to come out last year, but is now coming out on the 19th of March and basically taking the old properties of Disney, because now they can, and turning it into a gory shooter. But yeah, also it's like Bendy and the Ink Machine in that respect. Comes out before Kindra's birthday. Good evening, Matt. So I'm really looking forward to this because I do enjoy my shooters. And I was a bit gutted it didn't come out, but when they did announce the date, it's been set in stone for quite some time. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's hope it does see the light of day. It looks cool. I love the just going for the old, 1930s cartoon style for it. Sticking with black and white as well, bit of film noir.
Yeah,
it looks cool. Need a decent shooter.
Yeah,
piss poor ones recently.
We've had some really bad ones, and I think the fact that because it's going with that 1950s feel, it's got that sort of private, obviously the private eye thing, but like your old films where it's like I was looking for a dame and blah 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 blah. It's got that short spiel, and I like that. And I think if that runs throughout, that's going to make that game a lot more than just a typical shooter. DJ Baroque, how you doing? The Roxham and me, good to see you. So Kindred, if he hasn't already, Kindred gets a shout out. He was the first one on that. He just picked Danker to the post. So well done. Is our number 50 game. So that comes out for PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch 2, PC on the 19th of March, and I will definitely be playing that. Our next game, number 49. This is due to come out on PC at some point this year. We've not got a date, and will come to consoles at a later date. So it might not even come to consoles this year. This was first announced in 2022, and I don't think it's ever been in any of our lists. So let's have a look at game number 9. There you go. So that is a game called Hello Sunshine, and Danker was the first one to get that right. Congratulations, Danker. So if someone can give him a shout over on the YouTube or chuck it in the chat for Twitch, that's fine as well. But yeah, this one intrigues me. First announced in 2022, but we're still not really getting lots of gameplay from this. But this is supposed to be out this year, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't familiar with it at all yet when you put it in the list. It wasn't until I looked at the Steam page earlier. I actually thought it sounded quite interesting. You don't get the the sort of idea what it is from that trailer. It's what it sounds like from the blurb on the Steam page. It's meant to be a bit of a survival, resource gathering, crafting game.
Okay.
You're playing as the little human character, and you're in like some sort of hot desert environment. You have to follow that robot in his shadow. Apparently during like the daytime section of the game, to try and stay alive and get your resources, and then when it gets to night time, sort of camp, with the robot and craft stuff. I guess to improve the robot, improve your relationship with him, so help you in combat. Sounds interesting. Definitely, I'm going to keep my eye on now that I've seen it. But this didn't have a clue it was even around.
No, this is the thing. Guessing solar panels will be in it too, possibly, if it's a crafting game. It's one of them that I'm intrigued by it, but I'm not immediately like hyped for it.
Yeah, it's just much gameplay of it.
I want to see more from it. Yeah, I want to see if there's more from it. I think that's the right one, Soph. You have done the right shout out there, because I remember it was Octopath Traveler. Also, Danker is our community member of the month, as voted by you, which was announced last night. The trailers doesn't show out, and that's what I'm going to say. Some of the trailers we got will show gameplay, and some won't. You can't blame us if there isn't a trailer with thing, because they haven't released it. So we can only show you like a glimpse of what the game might be. But I know it's an intriguing one. Also going to say that DJ Baroque has also been rewarded some Mojo Bites. I think for a 10 stream streak. So well done, DJ. Good to have you here. You got 450 Mojo Bites. So there you go. Sophie says, I blame Mag. I know you would, but I'm just not listening. We'll move on. Another game that I wasn't that familiar with, but I'm quite intrigued by. Danker says, oh, you will enjoy it. Oh, see, that might be good. This is due out in the summer of 2026. At the moment, only scheduled for PC. Let's have a look at game number 48 on our list.
They left me with nothing. No justice, no peace. Just names on the wall. The hunt isn't over. Not until I kill them all.
Bad.land.
There you go. No one got that one. We've caught people out. This is Axe of Blood, which was giving me like Sifu vibes until there's other bits that like seem to open up. This does look really cool. Does look really cool.
Yeah. I mean, fingers crossed they can pull off the combat as well as Sifu did, because that did a really good job, didn't it, with the hand-to-hand combat. So if they can get as good as that or pretty darn close, and still adding like the gun combat and the parkour, it's just improve on it. Could be a good brawler. It's again another one I hadn't heard of, or if I had seen it at the showcase, I'd long forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So it was a nice reminder actually seeing it in the list and watching the trailer. Definitely intrigued by this one.
There you go. Hi. Oh, Diva's jumped from Twitch too. She says, my Twitch is messing up, so Diva's now here. At least you're still watching. Appreciate that, Diva. But yeah, I like the look of this. I think this could be really good. I really did love Sifu, but this looks like it adds an extra layer to it. But it's interesting whether it's going to be... Yeah. Oh, Brian summed it up beautifully. Sifu and the Sleeping Dogs vibe.
Oh, yes.
Because it might be that there's certain arenas that you fight in, but then you're traveling around to places. It's got that, because the fact there's bits where you're running further makes me think this could be good. Rob News said, I like the music that was playing. The music soundtrack was good. She said it was like a diet version of Doom, which I go with because it's got that heavy riff guitars. So thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, sometime in the summer on PC. I'm assuming if it does well on PC, then it will come to consoles, but they haven't announced anything for consoles for that game as yet. On to our next game. This is due out sometime this year, as they say. Gozzo says, yeah, I like the look of that one. This is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Let's have a look at this game. Again, this is one I don't think we've talked about before, so let's have a look.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐. 당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가? 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태!
There you go. Kindred got it right again. Now, Kindred is right twice technically because the game was originally called Project M, and I think we actually talked about it on this show 2 years ago now, thinking about that, because I know there was a Project M and there was a Project L. And Project M became Mundang Two Hearts. And I like the look of this because it looks like you're going to be playing two different characters. But it's got sort of Division vibes, but also has got like other aspects to it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going for a bit of a stealth action, doesn't it? Especially when you playing as the main guy there. I think you're going to have like the choice, stealth around people or going all guns blazing. So it's probably going to have a little bit of sort of Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid sort of vibes to it, the gameplay. So looks pretty good. Definitely another one to keep my eye on. It's far too many games already.
I know.
That backlog is never going to get dealt with.
I do like this one. Wonder why the name changed then. It's because it's not a proper name. So the studio behind some of these games want to try and keep it a secret. So they haven't found a name or they haven't found a name for the game yet. It's a bit like when sometimes they're about to release a console, Do you remember when the Xbox was called the Project Scorpion or whatever it was? They hadn't got a proper name for it. So it's exactly. It's like a placeholder. Exactly. Yeah. So when they first announced this, it was just called Project M. And then obviously M has become Mudang. So look out for that at some point this year on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Now, a game that was announced in 2024, which is due out this year on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Let's have a look at this one, see if anyone can get this. This is game number 46 on our list.
Another night on the town. Let's see what Razzo has for me.
Nice of you to turn up.
Oh, the McEwen estate. This one's always fun.
You're not the only one who thinks so. Best to stay nice and quiet. But keep your wits about you.
Huh?
You never know what's around the corner. Things could go many different ways. Because like I say, it's every feat themselves.
There you go. Kindred, right again. Thick as thieves. And Kindred's right. We did some coverage for, I think, won the Game Awards when they announced it. And we were all sat there thinking it was a sequel to We Happy Few, which it wasn't. This is Thick as Thieves. So, Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, well, this one's going to be a PvPvE game. So, multiplayer centric. You're all going to be fighting over the same, stuff that you got to steal. It's one of those games that I kind of wish it was just single player. Because, I would rather it be more like the old Thief games where you're just, play on your own, sneaking through these places, trying to break in, get out, pure immersive, something like that. Much rather it was that. So, it's kind of like not on my radar because it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
And considering how much other multiplayer there is, will this actually capture enough people's attention to do well? Kind of hope it does. He's got some good names behind it. Warren Spector, who's mentioned at the start, he's done some fantastic games over the years. So kind of hope it does well, just for him really. But doesn't really grab me since it's multiplayer. Wish it was single player.
Yeah, I think there could be a version where it does work if it was single player, because obviously remember Deathloop from a couple of years ago. Definitely, you could play single player, but you could open up a multiplayer where people could bounce into your game and kind of cock your game up by attacking you again. And if they kind of did that, I think that would give it a long-lasting appeal. My problem is with a lot of multiplayer games, as you said, Dave, it needs to have a long-lasting appeal. So when it comes out, it needs to have a lot of maps. It needs to have a lot of characters. That's what we need, because otherwise it'll fall by the wayside. But I do really like the look of this. As Kindred said, the comedy looks good in it. Probably same as me. I do hope it can survive the live service purge. I do as well. We don't want an FBC firebreak.
Definitely.
See, that came out and it was so underwhelming, and it was just like, and they've updated it. No one cared. They updated it literally 5 months after it came out. I haven't tried it again. I keep emails saying, "Will you go back to it and do another stream?" And I'm like, no.
Problem with these, you got one chance to show yourself as being good, and if you can't do it, everyone's moved on. Not interested anymore. Another live service has come out.
There you go. Fingers crossed, though. Hopefully that can take off and do well. So that is due sometime this year on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. A game that was announced back at the Summer Games Fest and Gamescom of 2025. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Something a little bit different. Let's have a look at this one. But I'm going to say this one has caught my attention, and I don't normally play these type of games, but I'm willing to give this one a try because it's intrigued me.
Than the open road. You'll see me riding when the new wind blows. I'll bring that heat. I'm riding night and day. Oh, night and day. Ain't got no master. Ain't got no king. I'm riding night and day.
Bad news, Deacon. Storm's almost on top of you.
I got eyes on it.
You can still turn around, you know.
Nah, Pineview won't hold out. XDC Logistics.
They said you were coming. But take care now, you hear?
Let's get it done.
Ain't got no master. Ain't got no master. I'm gonna show you.
Deacon, you good out there? Deacon!
Yeah, this featured when we did the Gamescom coverage. So this popped up. This was on a stream that we did, and yes, as Brian rightly says, from the makers of Mud Runner and those games. So I think this is adding a few extra elements. It's not as quite like those games, but I'm intrigued by this one.
Yeah, it could be good, couldn't it? Because it looks like a truck driving sim, like some management bits thrown around it as well. But seeing like you're going to have some interesting weather effects towards the end. Storms, drive-throughs, destruction going on around you. That could make it a bit more interesting to drive through. Because actually, other truck simulators that I've seen don't really interest me. Not my type of game at all. But if this has got a bit more to it, yeah, might have a look at it.
Okay, Rock Muse says, if I play it, please dress accordingly with a trucker hat and all, and plus a honk if you're horny. We can make that happen. I will find out a honk to put on the sound effects. I've got a plaid shirt. Kindred did get that right. Yes, Kindred's on fire tonight, as Danka said. He's beating Dank by a mile. We don't need a perm honk. No, not a perm honk. No, it's a different kind of honk. It'll be a truck honk. Don't worry. Won't be a goose honk. That was a couple of years ago. So there you go. Yeah, so look out for that later this year. That's coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Now, this one, I'd not seen anything about. And I'll be honest, this was new to me, and I think Dave said the same thing. This is due out on PC this year, and then consoles at a later date. Dave Johnson, good evening. How you doing? Boo, Mag. Hello, Dave. So
hey, Dave.
I could give a clue, but then it might give it away. So I'm just going to hit the trailer on this one. But I knew nothing about this until I started writing these shows. So here is game number 44. There you go. Yes, a pirate-themed survival game. So what Skull and Bones probably wished it was, and what Sea of Thieves possibly will end up being in another 10 years' time. But yes, this is Windrose. I've not seen this before, but I know Muso is going to. Yeah, exact. Muso Liazla is going to love this. Anyone that loves their pirate games, this is going to be right up your street. I can tell you that now. Danka said, new to me as well. Yeah, literally only heard about this in the last 2 weeks. So there you go. I've heard of Crosswind, but wasn't that? Yeah, no one got this one, but then I'm not surprised because nobody knew about it.
No one heard about it until now.
I like the look of this one as well, Dave.
Well, yeah. As you were saying, it's what Skull and Bones probably should have been. It's what we're all hoping it should have been. So, if you've been waiting for a good pirate game, this might well scratch the itch. Yeah, it's all like survivals, resource gathering, crafting, building. It also mentions Souls-like combat as well in the Steam page blurb.
Yes.
So, that could be quite fun. Depends if you like Souls-like combat, but depends how deep it goes with that. If it's a bit sort of lighter on it, it might be a bit better for most people.
If it's lighter and it's more sort of, I know Liza P isn't light, but I felt that was compared to other games. There's a few other ones like Flintlock, Siege of Dawn, which came out 2 years ago. If it's like that, I'll probably enjoy it. If it goes in hard with Souls like that's going to put me off.
Yeah, it just depends how hard they actually make it. But we'll have to see when they show some more gameplay and stuff of it. But it'll be I believe a co-op as well, so you can play it solo or with some mates when it comes out. So I think another one. Keep an eye.
Oh, see, here we go. Kindred's just looked it up. Fuck, Crosswind was renamed to Winrose, so they changed the name of it. So I mean, in a way, Kindred is right, but also he wasn't. So we'll call that a half shout out. I don't know how the frig you do a half shout out, but we'll do it. Brian says, please don't mention Skull and Bones. No, I know. I had heard of it. I knew all about it. What game are we talking about? So there you go. But there you go. Yeah. So check out that. That comes to PC later this year. And hopefully it says they are hoping to release it on consoles sometime further down the line. A game that was announced last summer. I'm just going to say a fighting game. We have got a firm date of release for this. This is coming out in the second quarter of this year on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Here is game number 43. Here we go.
You don't know my name now, but you will once this is over.
Never been to jail. Tell nigga that I'm in here with jail.
Who is she? She may be some minor Earth hero.
My name is Elemental. You seem pretty cool. Hold on. But that won't stop me from kicking your ass.
You call this minor?
Yeah. Here's a solution. Watch it all the way. Let me show you what the elements can do. You want to skate?
I'm going to give that one to Brian because Brian was the first one to get the exact correct name. So Guildfly and Kindred were close, but Brian gets that one. This is Invincible Versus, based on the comic book and obviously cartoon. It's a fighting game, but it'll be a lot more gory because if you saw the first trailer they brought out last year, literally people's heads got ripped off.
Nice.
So we went for a little less gory trailer for this one, but I mean, I do like my fighting games, so it'd be interesting. I don't know much about this though. This is not a franchise that I've not watched, and I know some of these characters have appeared in Mortal Kombat as well. So there you go. I also say well done, iQuail. iQuail was close, but it was just a little bit late. But there you go. So Dave, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as you with this one. Yeah, I know of it, the Invincibles program, but I haven't watched it. I've read any of the comics or anything like that. So yeah, I can't really comment too much on it. Looks like a fairly competent fighting game for what we can see from the trailer. So hopefully it'll turn out good. But it's going to have some, I think, competition from that Marvel Tuck-on Fighting Souls. I believe that's meant to be out this year. So I know a lot of people are hyped for that one. So whether this one will get that much notice.
Yeah,
at least get probably picked up by fans of the show and the comic book most likely.
I think this will be this year's Street Fighter 6 versus Tekken 8 thing. So we'll have the Marvel fighting game and this competing against each other. So this could be interesting. Icos said this is the first game so far that is my sort of bag. So this could be good. This could be good. But I'm going to keep my eyes on this one. That is due out on the 30th of April. So right at the end of April, 30th of April, that comes out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Our next game is a game that got announced in December at the Game Awards. No firm date, but due to come out this year on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. Let's have a look at this one. This one does look very cute and does appeal to me because there's other games that are similar to it. I think this looks cool.
You? What were your names again? Well, I can't call you and can I? I shall give you names. Namey. Name or namey? Yes, Naomi. And you, Bag Boy. Yes, children, I have a feeling. It's a feeling of destiny. Follow me, Naomi and Bag Boy. Destiny awaits.
There you go. That is Out of Words. This is the Epic game one that came out. I think some people thought, oh, this is another game by the guys that did, Split Fiction and It Takes Two. But no, this is a completely different studio. But it has got It Takes Two vibes. It's got Unraveled vibes and Brothers as well, which is technically the first game that other studio, Haze Light, did. I again, this ticks all the boxes with me. I can't wait to play this.
I'm with you there. It looks like it'd be a good co-op adventure, and I always look for a good co-op game because stuff like Split Fiction and It Takes Two, I absolutely love those games. So if anything else comes out that can get close to how good those are, then I definitely want to have a look at it. And this looks really cool. Love the visual style as well. Love the way that they've made the models and used them in the game. All looks really, really good. So definitely looking forward to this one.
I'm a sucker for games that have got really good animation, as you know, like oh Christ, what Midnight Walk that came out and South of Midnight had great animation. So this ticking the boxes. Kindred, well done for getting that one right. Legendary JL, hello buddy. He has just got a 5-stream streak, so just got awarded 450 Mojo Bites. So congratulations on that. So that is due out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2 and PC sometime this year. Something just for Nintendo fans is all I'm going to say about this one. This is due out on Switch and Switch 2 and mobile phone. No firm date, but will come out sometime this year. This is game number 41, and I think this was first announced either late 2024 into early 2025. Let's have a look.
Pokemon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokemon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokemon partners to join the action by linking with Pokemon Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokemon Champions. You can recruit Pokemon to your team to battle alongside you. It's up to you which Pokemon to choose. Recruit Pokemon you're interested in and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokemon battles. You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before. Take on thrilling matches in single battles and double battles. Finally, we'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokemon that lets you enjoy battles even more. Pokemon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokemon more flexible and convenient than ever. Teach your Pokemon moves that interest you, then train your Pokemon to make the most of them. Recruit and train to easily enjoy Pokemon battling. Bringing Pokemon battles to everyone. Pokemon Champions. Planned to release in 2026.
There you go. So Ems got typed this just as it appeared on screen. So I'm letting Ems have this. Well done, Ems, for getting this right. You were the first one. This is Pokemon Champions. This is one of 2 Pokemon games that we know that are coming out, because some people have said about the Pokepedia that's due to come out in the first quarter. Pokepedia. This one we haven't got a date, but as I said, it's coming to Switch 2, and mobile phone, so you'll be able to play with friends. So there you go. It was before me. Slight delay. You got it as far as I'm concerned. It came up in my chat just before, so I'm going with that. So you get the shout out. There you go. It'll be nice to have something I can play with friends. I think that's the honest thing. Finally, another Pokemon game for the Switch. So there you go. So you're going to get spoiled with Pokemon games this year, because as where was it? Was it DJ said it's the 30th anniversary coming up, so you're going to get some big stuff for that. I mean, I'm not a big Pokemon fan, as people know, but we always try and cover Pokemon games on the show because we know there's a lot of you that are, so we want to make sure we cover all bases. But Dave, I'm guessing you're going to know a few people that are going to play this.
Oh yeah, because like you, I'm not remotely interested in Pokemon, so I won't play it. But no doubt I'll end up watching my wife and daughter play, because they're both big Pokemon fans. They're both playing through Pokemon Legends ZA at the moment.
Yeah,
both having a good time with that. So I would be surprised if they weren't interested in this one whenever it does come out. I think this and Pokepedia will probably keep them interested in gaming for the year. Keep them busy.
There you go. This is making Hannah feel old. Sorry, Hannah. I apologise. I'd love Classic Pokemon Collection as a physical release, but I'm not holding out much hope. You never know what Nintendo might announce. Everyone was calling for a new stadium game, and this will be the closest you will get. So there you go. So there you go. That will scratch that itch for you wonderful people. So Pokemon Champions is due sometime out in 2026. Moving on to some horror. A game that was due to come out last year, but didn't feature in our top 50, but was heavily featured at the Horror Game Awards, which took place last month in London. And this is due to come out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I will say this, the trailer that I have for this states the old date, which says it was coming out in 2025. All we know at the moment is that it's due out this year. Let's have a look at game number 40. Here we go.
We are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner.
Those things can change shape.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance. Please. Help us.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
So yes, Sophie, you're right. This is Supermassive Games, and this is, believe it or not, part of the Dark Pictures anthology. So we got 4 games in the last anthology, and we've not had an anthology game in 2 years. So this kicks off a brand new anthology, and they're going for a sci-fi horror theme. From the previews that we got at the Horror Game Awards, this does look very, very good. And they are trying to do something different because obviously people started to get a little bit bored of the Dark Pictures games. They were like, oh, it's the same old thing, blah, blah, blah. They'd also released The Quarry and obviously Until Dawn, which were big, more fleshed out games. So it looks like they're adding little bits that are going to make it a bit more interesting, because I think if they kept doing the same thing over and over again, people would lose interest in this.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do. You got to try and keep it fresh, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got those turning points, as they say, you can go back and see things from different events. Hopefully it's just, well written throughout, so that it's got a good story, so that it's worth going back and, experiencing the alternate actions that can happen. So yeah, could be good. I quite enjoyed some of the previous Dark Pictures games.
Yeah,
across this one's as good as those.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So I would play this because, again, played Until Dawn, The Quarry, played the first 2. I didn't play House of Ashes or Hell Is Us. I didn't play them. And I know they did bring out the Dead by Daylight adjacent game, which wasn't very good, the casting of Frank Stone, but that wasn't part of that anyway, so that was a separate thing. But generally, they've been all right. And I'll be honest, this is where they succeed, because obviously they did Little Nightmares 3. It was okay. But I feel that this is where what they should stick with when they do horror games. So looking forward to this. That is due out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC sometime in 2026. Now, this next game, we don't have a trailer for, because there is no trailer, which makes this very difficult to talk about. But all we know is it's due out by 2026. And I'm basically going to put an image on, and whoever types the correct name on the screen will get the shout out for this one. Did anyone get Directive 8020? No one got that, so no one got a shout there. So let's hit this button. But this is due out sometime this year, and people are saying it might even shadow drop in the first 3 months. Let's see if anyone guesses.
Give them a moment, shall we, before we start talking about it?
Yeah, we'll give them a moment before we're talking about. Sophie's almost there. She's got some of it. I'm looking for the full title, because before Christmas they announced that you're close, Kindred, but that's not the name. They actually announced the proper name for it. iQuell's close, but not quite. This is going to be funny. They're all very close. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds. It's AC 4.5.
They're going to be Googling in the background trying to find it.
Yeah, going to try and find it. Here we go. I'm going to give you like 20 more seconds. Assassin's Creed something. Yeah, you're all very close. Assassin's Creed Side Quest 97. I'll tell you what it is. So they officially announced just before December that in 2026, Ubisoft were bringing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Okay? And the reason they're calling it Resynced is because the certain modern day bits are potentially not going to be in the game. It's going to be different. And there's going to be other aspects to the game. The main game is going to be there. So it's technically not just a remaster. They're kind of adding stuff to it and taking stuff away from it, which is, Resynced isn't a bad name, to be fair. I quite like that they called it that. So we don't know. There is no trailer for this, but Ubisoft have officially announced it. I suppose you resync to the network. Yeah. So there you go. That's what you get. But it means that they're cutting out the modern bits, which were first person and stuff. There you go. Cool. I've never been a fan of the modern day bits, so this is what you're going to get. So I like Black Flag. I thought it was a very, very good game. So I would be very interested. I think it's one of the better Assassin's Creed games. So I'd be very interested to see what they do with this.
Yeah, and if they are mixing up a little bit as well, that would make it a bit more interesting to go back to.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since I played it. I never finished it because I got annoyed with it at one point, and I just ended up putting it down, never going back to it. But if they did manage to sort of improve the general gameplay, improve the sailing systems and things like that, if they do take out the modern day stuff, I can't say I'd miss it. Don't know whether many people would. I mean, it served the purpose in the first group of games.
Yeah.
Creed 3 where they finished off that sort of modern day storyline. Then after that, it's always felt a bit kind of like tacked on and pointless.
It felt like they were forcing it.
Yeah, it just kept in because that's what they've done before. That's what it's known for. But pretty much everyone would just rather have just a historical setting and that's it.
Yeah,
that's all people want. So if they're taking it out, cool. Might make it a bit better. Might make it flow a bit nicer as well. Improve the pace of the game. So yeah, it'd be good. Be nice to see what they do with the graphics as well because it looked pretty good at the time. But I'm sure they tie it up a little bit more now. When you look at stuff like Shadows that came out recently, that looked very, very nice.
Shadows look
if they can bring it up to that level or close, it'll look very, very good. So yeah, do want to see more because whilst it's all sort of rumoured and they talk about it being shadow drops, we still haven't seen or anything properly or had any proper announcements about it, have we?
No.
Apart from the resynced.
Apart from the name, which they announced like a week before Christmas. So there you go.
So definitely need to see more, but intrigued by it.
There you go. A couple of people in chat saying it's up there with AC2 and Syndicate as being one of the good ones. I agree. Gozzo said, yes, Dave, get back in there and enjoy it. Sophie says, I didn't like this when I played it years ago, but I've changed my type of gaming since then. I know Sophie plays a lot of the more modern Assassin's Creed games now. So I think, Sophie, you will like this now because of the fact that you've played like Valhalla and stuff. Kindred's never played this, but you might like it. Rock Muse said Black Flag had super addictive sea shanties. It did. Black Flag is the only AC I've played. It's so good, says Hannah. So there you go. It's the second best AC game. Yeah, I go with that because I think one of Assassin's Creed 2 games is the best one they've ever done. But there you go. Everyone has their favourites. But yeah, sometime in 2026, whether it gets shadow drops, we don't know. Now, another game that has been eluding us for many years has never actually been in our top 50 games to look out for. So this is the first time it's made it. But this trailer is so old because, again, there is no modern trailer for it. It will make you laugh. But allegedly, this is coming out for sometime this year for PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch and Switch 2. This is game number 38. Let's see if this actually happens, because if it does, I would probably laugh. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong.
Inside the hourglass is a marvel no living man has ever seen. Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time.
No! Stop!
No! I saw my father turn to sand.
You cannot defeat this enemy. The sands will consume everything.
Come with me then. But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You'd better keep up.
Prince! The dagger! It can turn back time!
Give me the dagger!
Never! I brought this on us.
You are brave and good.
Don't let go!
Quaco Lucian.
There you go. First, coming out in January 21st, 2021.
I forgot it has been hanging around for that bloody long.
It has been hanging. Everyone thought this was in development hell.
Yeah,
and
really
then
have been stuck with this, haven't they, for years?
in 2024, Ubisoft at their Ubisoft conference during the summer announced that it was still happening, and it's been pretty quiet, but they have stated it is coming out this year. Now I'm going to give this to because a number of people said this as it showed because it come up. I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit. I'm gonna do a double shout out because Dan could kind of say it just after it came out on screen. But Rock Muse kind of said Prince of Persia, so then they can both have shout outs as far as I'm concerned, because she said that before the actual thing was announced. So I'm going to be kind on that one. But yeah, everyone thought this wasn't happening. Now it is happening. Ironically, we waited nearly 5 years for it. At the time, I know we talked about it when it got announced, and everyone was like, no one fucking cares about this. And I think our guest at the time was like, why? Why are they remastering this? But now it feels like actually... It feels like it would be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think other games in the series probably aren't remembered as favourably, which perhaps might be why people kind of don't bother about Prince of Persia anymore. Because Ubisoft don't really seem to do the franchise itself half the time. I mean, at least they did that Lost Crown, that Metroidvania, which was meant to be good, but I don't think sold well enough for them to carry on.
It's a shame.
But when they did like all the previous games, this one was very good. It's just the combat side of it was quite weak from what I remember, but you know, the environments you were exploring, the puzzles you were doing, they were really good. It was just the combat was quite weak and got repetitive quite quickly. So as well as hopefully improving the graphics, because they look a little bit weak in that trailer, especially some of the character models. I hope they've tightened that up. As well as improving that, I hope they've gone back and reworked the combat a bit to improve it. I always felt that was the weak point in the game. If they can sort the combat out, then it'd be good to go back and revisit it.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since I played the original.
It's been a long time, very long time. I remember we had that on the computers at school, didn't we, Dave?
Oh yes, I remember playing that.
Yeah, on those BT computers with which are all yellow, like yellow graphics. It's about yeah, there you go. Mag doesn't tend to listen the first time. We'll announce stuff in a completely different timeline, which is exactly what we've done here. But yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of things. They've tried to revamp it. Obviously, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown came out in 2024, was in my top 5 games of 2024. Love that, but didn't sell well, unfortunately. Yes, the original Prince of Persia, we were allowed to play that at school on computers, and I think that was around about 1987 or 88.
No, you're going to make me feel fast.
Yeah, no, don't. And then, obviously, funny enough, last night, I was playing the Rogue Prince of Persia, which was a game that came out early access the same year as 2024. Came out last year, but came out on Switch at Christmas, hence why I was streaming that last night, because it comes to Nintendo Switch. So we've had some good quality ones, but very different. I never played this originally, so if they do a good job with it, I will want to play this. But I know not everyone's that excited. I know Kindra's like, do we really need this? I understand that people are like, eh. But if they get it out and they get it released, it does make me think that Ubisoft will get Beyond Good and Evil 2 out at some point. There's still hope for that.
I don't know. I can't imagine it.
But there you go. Our next game, number 37 in our list, was a game that did feature in our list last year. So obviously it didn't come out. This is due to come out on Xbox Series X and S and PC. But due to legal troubles, has been delayed. So let's have a look at this. and as we all know, didn't arrive on early access in 2025, but is due to arrive in early access for 2026. So there you go. Rock Muse, you were the first one to get it right. Congratulations. Drawn Unicycle, good evening. Welcome. He's just got back from work. Welcome back. Professor Stork, hello, lovely. Lovely to see you. For those who've just joined us, this is part one of a two-part special where we go through 50 games that you might want to play in 2026. So there you go. I've got it as... Oh, let me have a look. I got Rock Muse as first on my list, Kindred. Sorry, Rock Muse got it first. So I'm giving it to... Yeah, Sophie agrees with me on that one. Lovely to see you, Mag and Dave. Lovely to see you. Happy New Year to you all. My survival streamer friend's favourite survival game is Subnautica. Screw you guys, I'm going home. There you go. So Dave, I know this is a very popular franchise, but obviously we talked about this on TNGC last year. A lot of legal troubles with this game, hence why it didn't come out and there's been issues. But it looks like it's getting resolved, so we should be getting it this year.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll come out, but it has got a lot to live up to, and it does appear because it is lauded as one of like the high points in the survival genre. So it's got to surpass that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it does turn out, especially since was it Kraft and the publisher let go a number of the people from Unknown Worlds who were responsible for the first game. So without some of those people on board leading it, will it be as good? I mean, fingers crossed it turns out okay, but all their legal stuff is still going on. Who knows when or if that will get properly resolved? But hopefully they can pull it out of the bag and it just pop a bit in early access and get some good feedback and gets worked up to be a worthy sequel to the original game. Yeah. I hope so.
Fingers crossed. I did play the first one. I did like it. So hopefully...
I tried a bit of it. It was cool.
Yeah. So it should be good. So we'll see how we go. Now, before we move on, because I know we've got quite a lot of people in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch right now, I want to say that tomorrow evening at 8:30 on TikTok and Twitch, I will be doing a Just Dance stream. But I was due to do it in December, but I had no internet, so we had to cancel, as some of you know, because we had one show where we couldn't do it. So I couldn't do the stream. So I'm going to be doing that, and you get to pick the songs. But this is really important, everyone. At 10 o'clock tomorrow on the stream, I am probably going to be announcing the most important thing to ever happened in the history of this channel. And we're only 6 days into January, and I never thought I'd be announcing this. So if you want to find out, 10 o'clock tomorrow, tune in with the biggest... Yeah, Dave is finally quitting. Yeah, or Dave's getting a raise. It might happen. I give him a raise and then he quits. We'll see. Fable has a release date. You will see. Colour me intrigued. So 10 o'clock. Can we guess what it is? People are already guessing. Fuck it. I'm not gonna confirm or deny. You can have guesses. See, Legendary says Mag's at DreamHack. I'm at the footy tomorrow, says iQuail. I'll tell them, says Dave Johnson. There's a couple of other people saying partner, ? Mag has finally grown 4 foot tall. Timeless is at Liverpool. We've already announced that, Dave. We're a bit behind. Announcement. Mags finally gets a reason from TikTok why he got banned. Yes, that would be good. But there you go. Well, we'll see. You will have to see, won't you? I will announce it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. But it was a shock to me as well when I found out. Yesterday is all I can say. People aren't stupid, says Dave. Well, most aren't. People are saying maybe partner is the obvious guess. But is it? Would it be? I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's move on. I'll leave you intrigued till tomorrow at 10 p.m. So now this is what we were talking about earlier. You said drawn is stupid. Okay, I've just read that part. There you go, Dave. Dave will definitely be quitting after that comment. This is another one of the games that we talked about a couple of years ago because it was called Project L. Project L. This has now got a new name. This is due to come on this year on PC. People are still having guesses in the chat. I'm not confirming or denying anything. If you want to know, DM me on Discord and I will reply back. That's all I can say. So here is game number 36 in our top 50. Obviously, we're working backwards. Let's go. I'm going to hit this button and this should play. So let's see what this is.
Freeze! ADF!
Get on the ground now! Drop your weapon or we'll shoot!
Drop your weapon! Last warning!
You've crossed the line. Are you trying to get us all killed here?
3 minutes to drop. Everyone stand by.
There you go. So that is. Did anyone say? I love JL's comment. Is it Mind's Eye 2? God no. That looked way better than Mind's Eye.
I think most people are talking about your OnlyFans in the chat.
Yeah, there's more people trying to guess about OnlyFans, but which will cost you at least 1,000. Was Out Called Ginger? Was Out Called Ginger? What was that called? I don't know. Shooty Shooty Pew Pew game. That's the correct answer. That's the one. In 2026, we get Shooty Shooty Pew Pew game. But there you go. That's so cool. But no, this is now called. This was called Project L. We talked about it 2 years ago. This is now called Cinder City, spelt with a C. Due out on PC, and again, it's got that vibe of sort of Division stuff. But then also another game that people are looking forward to. You're protecting a girl, so it's got that sort of Pragmata kind of vibe as well. I know it's not as spacey in that, but this looks. Again, I really like the look of this as well. This does look really
it looks pretty cool graphically. I think it's meant to be a bit of an MMO or sort of MMO light. So I'll be interested to see a bit more, how it's all meant to work with multiple players in there. Yeah, it looks like it's at least going to be a big open world action game. So yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on. Does look nice.
Yeah. That's the thing though, because if it's one of those ones where it's just going to go on and on, that might put me off a little bit. But we'll have to see. Kindred, thank you for gigantifying the emote, by the way. Thank you for the 30 bits, dude. But we'll see. I can't. All I'm going to say, Kindred, is I can't do that. I wasn't allowed to do that. In answer to your question that you've put in the chat, I don't have the option. It just happened. So there you go. So if people are now intrigued, going, "What the fuck is he talking about?" But you'll find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock if you haven't guessed it correctly.
And it's not OnlyFans. I hope you at least do.
OnlyFans.
At least do you Just Dance topless just to get them over the fact there's no proper OnlyFans.
Yeah. So I'll explain why I'm announcing it tomorrow and not today. Stop talking about his OnlyFans. It's not official until April. Oh fuck, I've done it again. Here's Dave. No, Dave. I'll get the mental bleach ready. If it's not the OnlyFans. Dave's not giving us it. There was another great game that was called Project L that got renamed and released this year after the next called. Yeah. So this was, I think it was called Project Triple L. Because you had Project M that we talked about, and this Triple L. But then Project L became 2XKO, which obviously came out on PC, and it's coming to consoles 2026. But yeah, that was a fighting game. Exactly. Yeah. So there's been a couple of Project L's, but I think this was it was Project Triple L, if I got that right. I'd have to go back through my notes from 2 years ago, but I know it was definitely Project L in there somewhere. So there you go. But yeah, this looks cool again. So we'll look for that. Next, a game that is due to come out from a big franchise on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. This was only announced at the Game Awards. Literally, can you believe the Game Awards was 3 weeks ago? How fucking mental was that? So this was a big shock and surprise to everyone. This comes out this year. Let's have a look at our game number 35.
I want it back. The way it was before the Empire shut it down. Massive engines. Lightning fast. Lives on the line. The pilots were incredible. Best of the best. United by one beautiful dream. The galaxy needs racing!
Yeah, that trailer nearly blew my head off as well. That was so loud, that one. Some of them are quite quiet now. There you go. I heard Mags and Dave have been thrown in his DLC for this game. Maybe we have. Pocket Locket says, I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but there's something about pod racing. It's interesting. So I think the first person that got this right, that got the correct name, was Star Wars Galactic Racer. And a number of people said Star Wars Racer or Star Wars Pod Racer. So I think it was Kindred. I'll let the mods decide on that, but I think Kindred got the full name. But there you go. Yeah, and I mean, Danker said it on YouTube. So do you know what? Give them both a shout out. Sophie said it on TikTok. So there you go. But there you go. So yeah, give them both a shout out. I think that's only fair because they kind of came at the same time. That sounded really rude, especially when we're talking about OnlyFans. And I did laugh when Lorraine said, how much does it cost to watch your OnlyFans? I mean, even I don't know that. So there you go. Yeah. Dave Johnson, we need to build an OnlyFans.
God help us all.
God help us all. Here you go. Might actually finally make some money, though. Yay. Slopes did a complete history on Star Wars Racer, and they announced this game about a week later. Yeah, how funny is that?
An incomplete history now.
In a complete history. Do I need a photographer? Oh, God help me. I'm going to get offers from all different people. All different people. Oh, see, and this is why he's my manager. I know, I said it last week. Thank you,
He knows what the audience wants.
Content coming soon, I guess, now. I've been forced into it. I'll pay you not to start one. Lisa, good evening. Hello, lovely. How are you? How you doing? Welcome to our show. But yes, Star Wars Galactic Racer got announced in December for PS5, Xbox Series X, PC. Really like the look of this as well. And a good Star Wars racing game is something that we need.
Yeah, we haven't had one for a long time. And I can't remember how long it's been since the original game. I think I played it back on the N64. So a hell of a long time. And there was some odd, was it VR release last year? They had some pod racing in, but it really looked very, very crap. So this fingers crossed will be a good game. Hopefully EA will just not mess with it too much. You just want a good arcade race with a good single player campaign and multiplayer. Not to be overly monetized.
Yeah.
It's something they do a lot of the franchises. I hope they don't dick around with it too much. Yeah, a good arcade racer. You don't get enough of them these days. So yeah, you'd be most welcome.
Fingers crossed. If they do this right, it should be good. Should be good. But we'll expect that sometime this year. Lisa says, I'm doing great, thanks. I've been listening while on some games. How are we doing? Doing very well, thanks.
Good.
Very well. First talk show back of the year. It's going good. We are talking about 50. Well, we're doing 25 games tonight. We'll do another 25 next week. But we're talking about 50 games that you might want to play in 2026. So moving on, because we've got about 9 left to go, I think, for tonight's show. Or actually 8 left to go. So this is due out in 2026. This is for PlayStation 5 and PC only for now. And all I'm going to say is that this comes from some of the members of a studio that had a game that did get a 10 out of 10 on this very talk show. And there's not many games that got a 10 out of 10 over the 5 years that we've been doing the talk show. So here comes our next game, which is game number 34.
You actually want to deploy her? You cannot be serious.
Cascade is one of our most highly trained operants.
She's been shelved for 5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
She won't have to do it alone. Her old squad is still out there.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Probably. But she can scrape what's left of them back together. Lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
We'll do what we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment. And her methods are so unhinged.
But they get results, no?
Long-range missiles get results.
Show a little faith. We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
PlayStation. So, yes, from the people that brought you Disco Elysium, as Danker has just put there, this is 0 parades for dead spies. Kindred got half, and because he got another half earlier, we can give him a shout out because then he's got 2 things that we can squish together. Was she fisting? What sort of filth is this? I'm not even going to say that. Awesome art style.
Like
it did. Yeah, I agree. It looks like Flashback meets Bastion. But yes, if you liked Disco Elysium, this is going to be very, very cool. And Disco Elysium is one of the very few games that got 10 out of 10 on this very talk show. Kindred, please, Sophie. I think it's helping give it birth. I think that was more the definitive thing. Dave, tell us more about that.
Yeah, I mean, it does look cool. It's very much keeping with the sort of style of Disco Elysium, the way it's presenting the gameplay. But they're going with an espionage RPG this time, which hopefully will be as good. The only thing to sort of bear in mind with developers that is since they made Disco Elysium, there's been I think a lot of sort of infighting in the studio, and a lot of people who are responsible for Disco Elysium have splintered off. It's for multiple other studios. So there's going to be games coming out from them that are probably going to be similar to Disco Elysium. So hopefully, what's actually left at Zoom, is still capable of making a good game. I certainly hope so because I've enjoyed Disco Elysium. Still need to go back and finish it, but what I've played of it, really enjoyed. So this has got a lot to live up to. But fingers crossed because it looks good so far.
Yeah. It's looking pretty damn good, and I think if they do just as good a job, this is going to be another 10 out of 10 game without a doubt. I want to say there's a couple of people that have just come into chat that have said hello. Oh God, one of them, I've just lost one of them. Where were they? I'll find. I want to say hello because they said hello while we were playing that trailer. Vicky, there she is. Hello, Vicky. Welcome on in. Good to see you. And then Chaotic Neutral's here. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Chaotic was streaming Silent Hill 2 Remake earlier this evening.
Nice. So
playing that, which great game. So lovely to have you here, Chaotic. Chaotic also said, this is looking good. Was giving away it was given away at Christmas. Yes, we gave away a copy of Disco Elysium in our prize giving that we did. All's good. Just check it out, Disco Elysium now. Looks good. It's definitely worth checking out. Seriously, go check it out. It's a fantastic game. So there you go. So that is due sometime in 2026, but only at the moment on PS5 and PC. I might need to try Disco Elysium. Not played it before. It's definitely it's pretty much why it won a lot of Game of the Year awards in certain categories. Didn't win the big ones, but it was in a lot of people's #1 Game of the Year. So definitely, definitely check it out.
Worth checking out.
Okay, our next game. This was announced actually during a Nintendo presentation, and then they announced it a bit further during Gamescom. This is not just coming out for Switch and Switch 2, but will be coming for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and is due out in the first quarter of this year. And we are talking horror game. So let's have a look at game number 33.
I've heard about this place. A long time ago, there was a village here that disappeared during a festival, and people who get lost in the woods are called to the village. Do you think this is... What happened?
The ritual will begin soon.
Everyone's dead. Mia, no, stay back, run away. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, Remake. Finally, we're one.
So this is coming out on March the 12th. So we've got a firm date for this one, but they are calling this Fatal Frame 2. Was it the Crimson Butterfly remake? There you go. So that's the official name for it. Lisa was probably closest. So as she hasn't had a shout out yet, let's give Lisa a shout out because she was like Fatal Frame. So there you go. But that's what they call it. Thoughts. I've been wanting to play these for a while. Yes. So this is classed as one of the scariest Fatal Frame games as well. So this could be really, really good. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, I mean, this was originally out on the I think the PS2 back in like 2003. So definitely, about time for a remake of it. It looks pretty decent what we're seeing there. Graphically, it looks pretty good, and looks pretty creepy. So I think survival horror fans, be doing well this year. Got this, got Resident Evil 9 coming out as well. So there'll be some good survival horror stuff for people.
So I think that it'd be a good year for horror. We had a good year for horror last year, but I think we're going to get a very good year. So we shall see. So that will be practically on everything: PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and Switch 2, out March the 12th. So not long to wait at all. Another game that is also out the same day, but only on PC, and is a sequel. I don't know much about this one. I'm not going to lie, but does look quite cool. Let's have a look at game number 32 on our list.
My dear children, I write this letter to you as testimony of my undying love. Theorcus, my beloved, you will honor our goddess more than I ever could. Ricard, my cherished, find your father's steel and face the challenges ahead.
What happened? She knew Marike was coming for her.
Never forget, the bonds that tie the six of you will be your strength.
Lies! You should have saved her! She deserves the peace of death!
What an interesting family you must have.
Is that fear I sense? Good.
Stay in the light. Never give in to darkness. Your loving mother, Ma Hin.
There you go. So this is a game that is coming to early access, so it's not the full release, but a lot of people are talking about it. And this is Soul Blaster 2. Got a great voice cast because Lisa was like, "Oh, is that Ben Starr?" Boom, Ben Starr pops up on the screen. Yes, it was. But yes, Soul Blaster 2, and it is being published and done by our friends at Kepler. So I'm sure that we can get them on the show. As we normally do when they have a big game release, because they were here when Pacific Drive came out 2 years ago. They were here when Expedition 33 came out, so I'm sure we could get them on the show again because they'll be wanting to talk about it. This does look really good.
Yeah, definitely. I think for anyone who's finished off Baldur's Gate 3 is looking for something to play similar, this will be a good one. Even though it's going to be early access, hopefully there'll be a decent chunk of the campaign there to try out. But I'll be waiting for the full release. But I like what I'm seeing there. Good voice cast. Graphic looks good. Can't see that much of the combat in there, but it looks like it's going to be the same sort of turn-based stuff like Baldur's Gate. It's like the Dungeons and Dragons rule set. And I think for anyone who's interested, the first one does end up quite cheap on the Steam sales. I have been tempted a few times to get it, but I don't know. Still got too many of the games to play. I haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3 yet, so I don't know. Get it at some point.
There you go. Danke says, probably not the last Kepler game on this list. Well, we will have to see, won't we? I'm saying that because I can't actually remember. DJ says, I haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3 either.
This is not just me. Well,
then you've only got until March the 12th to get it finished before you start this one, because this comes out on March the 12th. JL says, going to be honest, they made my first turn-based RPG game that I don't often play become more enjoyable with story-centered thanks to E33 and Flintlock. And also, if you haven't seen, if you've got Game Pass, Flintlock is coming off Game Pass on the 15th. So you've just got a week and a bit to play it. You've got 9 days. So Flintlock is coming off Game Pass, as I've posted in the Discord today. So just so you know. But that's another cool Kepler game. So yeah, look out for that. Now, for something... See, ironically, this is also coming out on the same day as those last two games. So March the 12th be a busy day. Coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Many games have tried to recreate the success of Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. And they failed. But will this?
Improvise!
This is not how right works!
You see my new toy?
Liar, liar! Zombie fire!
Best power ever! Oopsie!
They're wrecking our ride!
Could use some help now!
I need some first... Can you all please cover me?
Whatever works.
So John Carpenter, the legendary horror director, is bringing us Toxic Commando, and Brian was the first one. UKGN Zoidberg got that right, so if we can give him a shout out, please. He was the first one straight in there. But yeah, we Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 are so iconic zombie first-person shooters. Back 4 Blood tried, did okay, but didn't really succeed. No. And God help me, Redfall, which looked like it was going to do what we thought it was going to do, and then failed miserably and ended up being one of the most boring first-person shooters ever. Failed miserably. can this finally, do we get something that is a good Left 4 Dead successor? Fingers crossed. What do you reckon?
I certainly hope so, because you say Back for Blood just didn't quite do it. It was almost there, but
Yeah.
just couldn't quite get to the same heights as the Left 4 Dead series. And then I think the studio making this Toxic Commando, I think they did World War Z before. And
Yes,
again, that was okay, but still
was good.
not quite there. But they've had practice on that one. Hopefully they can put it out of the bag for this one, because it looks quite good. What we saw in the trailer there, it's just going to depend how good it is to keep replaying, because that's what Left 4 Dead had, didn't it, with its whole sort of director AI that it had in there. It kept changing things up each time you went back into the levels. So as long as it's got something good like that in there, it's like keep it feeling fresh each time.
Yeah.
So you don't mind going back for the same levels. Yeah, then it could be good. But again, we need to see more, because you can't tell from that trailer.
And I will say, World War Z, as people said, was okay. It was a great game, but they have continued to put out content even up to 2025. So if they're going to do that the same way that World War Z was, you could expect, and that's exactly what they did with Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. They were bringing out DLCs all the time and constantly adding stuff for a number of years. I remember there was one that came out years after the game had come out. So if they do that, they might have found the right balance to get us a game that will scratch those itches. So fingers crossed for that. But that is John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, which comes out on March the 12th. And that was game number 31. Now, time for a remaster / something that's been bolted on type game. This is actually coming out on February the 12th for PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, weirdly not Xbox One, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. Now, the main trailer for this game is over 6 minutes long, so I'll be damned if I'm playing that. So we are going to show you a trailer showing one aspect of the game. Here is game number 30. There you go. So I'm going to give this one to Kindred because he got the full title, because this is a remake, or I should say, no, it's not a remake. It's a remaster of Yakuza Kiwami 3, but it also adds a load of new stuff in a thing called Dark Ties. So he got the whole thing there. So the full official title of the game is Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. So even if you played, because they did a remaster of this quite some years ago already, but they've added all this extra stuff to it, haven't they, Dave? So it makes it like more of an attractive package for people to play.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, as you say, if it's already been remastered once, why come back to it yet again if it's just the same thing? So yeah, at least adding some more content to it to give you a reasonable reason to come back. And it's a popular franchise, so yeah, I'm sure they're going to be trying to bring back like the 4th and the 5th at some point, aren't they? Because they're never going to make the sales. It's still one of those franchises I just never got around to playing. Also, it looked quite interesting, but there's so many of them now. I don't think I've got the time to invest in them. So it's probably one of those things I'll never get into, but I'll just look at when the trailers come out, chat about it.
This is the thing. I do like the Yakuza games. I got into quite late because I started playing them with when they changed it from Yakuza Like a Dragon, which was the 7th one. And then I played Like a Dragon Ishin, which is where it was set in medieval times. We've then played on this channel. We've played Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which came out 2 years ago. Then we had Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which came out just under a year ago, because that came out February last year. And they are fun games and they're bizarre, and I do like them. But yeah, it's again, if you like these games or you've never delved into them, you've played the later ones, this might be something you want to snap up. So that is due out on February the 12th, folks. February the 12th on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, but not one for some reason, Switch and Switch 2 and PC. I'm moving on to game number 29. All I'm going to say is this is due out a day before the Yakuza game. And this, I'll probably give this away by saying this, but some people might not get this. All I'm going to say is, Dandiest Chad, hello. All I'm going to say is, Suda51.
My name is Deadman. What is your name?
Julia.
You and I are the same. Are you the one destroying it?
I think my consciousness is making me do it.
You're still waiting?
Yeah.
Dead man?
I have to sign some documents.
Am I supposed to understand what you're talking about?
Look at the time. I'll be waiting over there.
We found you. Yet?
I'm a dead Rodeo.
So there, this looks like it might be episodic, this game as well.
Yeah, just what it said at the very end there.
Yeah.
Which is something I didn't know about it
No, I didn't.
prior to that. So yeah, looks like it could be an episodic game. Certainly looks a bit fucking nuts, but then usually Suda51's games that he does with Grasshopper are pretty out there. But there is an audience for him. So yeah, he gets to keep making stuff. I can't say it's appealing to me, so I don't think I'll bother playing it. But he'll probably do well enough.
I think it will. His games are that weird that I do enjoy them. He says, I bet the episodes don't run as long as TNGC. True. We've been going nearly 5 years and nearly 250 episodes. I probably would play this because I've enjoyed some movies. One's Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned, etc. So I'd give this a go, but I'm not that appealed to it. Now, there is a one that we had a thing. There is a thing, but I think there is another Romeo going. I might be wrong, or this could be the same thing where the guy dies on the porch doorstep. We've seen that trailer because we saw it back in the summer, but I keep getting this confused with someone else, so I don't know if this is the same game or not. And I'm just like chat going, I don't know if this is the same game. So I don't know. I don't have the answers for that. If anyone can look it up, let me know. But I'm sure there's another Romeo game, but it could be the same thing. But there you go. That is out on February the 11th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. There you go. That looks in Dave's eyes. I'll never get that time back. There you go. You're never going to get that look. Our next game, our 28th game, is due out at the end of this month. This is a sequel, and that's all I'm going to say. Out on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PS5. Here comes the next one.
some, it heals. For others, it wounds. And for our world, it promises only oblivion. Our hopes lost long ago. But you have the power to change all of this. If time were a weapon to wield, could you undo the sins of ruin? In this time, or maybe the next, you'll find how to save us all.
There you go. Code Vein 2. Well done. Brian was the first one to get that right. So UKGN Zoidberg needs a shout out, please. But yeah, this comes out on the 30th of Jan. I played the first one. I did actually I'm not massive into my RPGs, but I quite like this because it was on Game Pass quite a few years ago. I did get into it. So I don't know if you tried the first one, Dave.
No, it's one I completely missed, and I completely forgot it even existed, to be honest. This was a bit of a Souls-like, because I've seen it, this second one described as a Souls-like game.
Yeah, ish. And I think that's why I liked it,
because
it wasn't so heavy in like that way.
Ah, right, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, for anyone who liked the first game, yeah, you got a sequel with probably a bit deeper combat to look forward to. Looks quite nice from what I saw in the trailer, but yeah, never played the first one, so I can't really too much on it.
Well, I will tell you this: if you've never played the first one, this is a brand new story, so it will not spoil it.
Oh, that's
so it is linked, but everyone's saying that you'll be able to play this, so you don't need to play the first one to understand this one, which is good. So that might bring more people in. It's always good when they do that with games. So there you go. But yeah, January the 30th. So only a few days to wait now on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PS5. Our final two games of tonight. Game number 27. A game that allegedly, at the time of writing this, is due out in March. And I'm not going to say what platforms it's going to be on because that might give it away. But there is a lot riding on this. And if they don't do well with this, I think this studio is going to get chopped to pieces. This did feature in our top 50 games of 2024, but was totally missed off the list last year. Here is your game, number 27.
But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
So, as we talked about at the back end of last year on this show, Highcard says, I hope this gets renamed to Snickers. That'd be quite funny. It might sell better. This got massively rejigged because obviously they play tested it and some people didn't like how it played. And Bungie did listen to the feedback and have retweaked it and rejigged it. But they have sunk a lot of money into this, Sony. And as they said, they were massively disappointed when they played this first time round. And it does feel that, as people have said, that they're going to charge 35 quid for this. And it could be just like Concord, where they release it and a few weeks, if it doesn't get the player base, will close it down. And if they do that, we can see Bungie getting absolutely shut down. Which is not good because they have done some really good games. And regardless of what I say about the Halo games, they have made some fantastic games in that respect.
Well, their Halo games were fantastic.
Yeah, and they have millions of fans around the world from those games. I am very worried about this one, and I'll let Dave speak. That's all I'm going to say. I hope this does well for them, but I am very, very concerned.
Yeah, I think over at Sony, they got me thinking the 3.7 billion that they paid for Bungie was not money well spent, because Destiny 2 is on the downward spiral, and this didn't do well when it got shown off last summer, because a lot of people didn't really like the way the gameplay was and thought features were missing. And then they had the whole plagiarism issue, which has been resolved. And then they did release an updated Vidoc, I think back in December, showing off what they've done to improve the game. And it is looking better. They've added some good features in there, so they clearly listened to feedback. They've added like proximity chat in there, which should be in there for an extraction shooter. And improve the way the graphics look and everything like that. So it is looking better, but it's coming into what you could say is a tricky genre to sort of nail the extraction market, because it's been pretty much dominated by Escape from Tarkov for a long time. Then we did have Ark Raiders come out, which has done very well, and that did get sold at like £35 that time, and that title did well in spite of that. So doesn't mean that Marathon would fail for being sold at £35, but I think the art style might put some people off, because it is quite an interesting art style. Not sure if I'm 100% sold on it, but it's definitely interesting to look at. It does make it stand out. But it's still going to depend how good the extraction side of it is, how perhaps welcoming it is to newcomers. And I think it's probably got a lot to prove. I hope they do some like sort of beta play tests, ahead of the full launch.
Yeah,
you can at least get to try. Because I think if they don't do that, then I don't really see many people giving it a chance. Like
no, because I think they need to build that goodwill up. And build that hype. If people play the beta test and go, "Oh, this plays well," that's going to suck people into it. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, Ark Raiders did very well word of mouth.
Yeah,
after people started playing it and loving it and streaming it, and that's done super really well. So you
still do very well.
Marathon will be able to do the same, but we are going to have to wait and see a bit more.
Yeah. UK Brian said, if they stick it on PS Plus, it might find enough players. Maybe. I can't see Sony doing that. It's kind of against their thing that they chuck their big games on PS Plus straight away. They don't do what Xbox does. Why is it even a marathon game? It doesn't bear any resemblance to the originals, and they were forgotten to time anyway. Agreed. Yeah. They just asked a bunch of pro players to beta test it for tweaking before having a public beta. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. When you've got games like, say, like Splitgate 2 that did lots of betas and lots of testing, and lots of different people got to play it. Yeah, but it's a bit mad, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's Splitgate 2 isn't doing well. It did get re-released, a slightly different name, but I don't think it's much of a player base.
Yeah. Microsoft lost money when they bought Bungie. Activision lost money when they bought Bungie. Now it's Sony's turn. Yeah, Sony's turn. Okay. We are coming up to our final game for tonight. We have got another 25 games for you. But our 26th game is due to come out this year on PC. Nothing else. But people have been waiting for this for many, many years. And this has a certain fan base. So I know not all of you are going to be excited for this. But I know there are some people that are really looking forward to this. So here is game number 26 and our last game of tonight's show.
I do solemnly pledge, mind and body, I will defend the Empire with my life.
Your application to the Flight Academy has been reconsidered. Captain McLaren had submitted a letter of recommendation on your behalf before the battle.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm safe.
We may be a small crew, but the work we do matters.
Welcome to the Stanton. I'm Eugene Morrow.
I'm Petty Officer Webster, Chief Mechanic.
This will be your new home.
We got you flying with Lieutenant Commander Colton. He's one of our best.
Sir?
Who the hell are you?
I'm your new wingman, sir. The name's...
You want me to learn your name? You live long enough for me to care.
Baron Actual, you're clear to launch.
Launching in 3, 2, 1.
There you go. And that was taken from a live feed, hence why the sound was a bit so-so. But has got a lot of star power. And Kindred got this one right. This is Star Citizen Squadron 42, which is due out this year. And this is something people have been looking for a long time. But yes, Mark Hamill, Mr. Luke Skywalker himself is in it. And I think they also revealed a number of other well-known actors and actresses in this. So this has got a lot of star power behind it. And I like this. Haven't they been talking about Star Citizen for years and pumping them into it? Is the game actually released? I don't know about that, but Squadron 42 is definitely coming out. But Star Citizen itself is still kind of out there, being made, being like early access and God knows what else. But
oh yeah, well, I mean, even the Squadron 42 single player part of it's been like talked about for years. Because I can't remember when I first started talking about it, but it's been a good number of years now. So it's one of those things, I kind of believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
to be available as like a version 1.0 release. But that's just the single player bit. The actual Star Citizen, full thing.
Yeah,
isn't that actually?
God knows where that is.
I mean, you can go and play it. It is perfectly playable, but it's still in like its sort of beta phase, I think, at the moment. So it'd be nice if this comes out, because from what I can sort of gather, what they're trying to do with this, they're trying to sort of bring back the vibe of the old Wing Commander games.
Yes,
like donkeys years ago, or like X-Wing and TIE Fighter games, where you had like a really good single player space combat game. A genre you don't really get much of these days. Classics you had in recent times, like Star Wars Squadrons, that I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah,
you just don't really get many of them these days. So if it does actually come out this year and it turns out to be good, I'd definitely be interested in playing it. Because I used to love those old games.
I did.
Fantastic.
They had good stories, and also
really
depending on what you did, it would change the story slightly. So back in the day, especially with Wing Commander games. So yeah, this could be good. This could be good.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Courtney, hello, welcome on in. You've joined us just as we're about to be, just at the end of the show. But there you go, folks. I'm going to go back through these games before we wrap up. But we have done our first 25 of 50 games that you want to check out. I'm going to tell you that next week's show, it's pretty much the heavy hitters. So there'll be a lot of games that you're expecting to be there, but I'm not going to tell you what they are because there are some other surprises as well. And let's see if you can guess what the number one game is. I mean, last year, it surprised everyone because it was Borderlands 4, and that turned out to be a bland piece of shit. And the year before that, the most talked about game was Suicide Squad. And we know how that turned out because that was out for 10 months and then got cancelled and shut down. So let's not hope let's hope that doesn't happen to the number one game that we've got.
Fingers crossed.
So we'll see. But we have discussed Mouse PI for Hire, out on 19th of March. Hello Sunshine, out on PC this year. Consoles at a future date. Axe of Blood on PC in the summer of this year. Mundang 2 Hearts this year. Thick as Thieves this year. Road Kings this year. Windrose on PC first, consoles maybe at a later date. Invincible Versus on the 30th of April. Out of Words due out this year. Pokemon Champions on Switch and mobile on this year. Directive 8020 this year. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced this year. Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake rumoured for the first quarter of this year. Subnautica 2 this year. Cinder City this year. Star Wars Galactic Racer this year. Zero Parades for Dead Spies this year. Fatal Frame 2, the Crimson Butterfly remake for March the 12th. Soul Luster 2, March the 12th. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, March the 12th. Yukaza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, February the 12th. Romeo is a Dead Man on the 11th of Feb. Code Vein 2 on the 30th of Jan. Marathon, allegedly, on the 2nd of March this year. And Star Citizen Squadron 42 due sometime this year. So we shall see. Is there any specific order? So, just to explain to people who didn't see the start of the show, I went through a ton of video blogs, a ton of websites, a ton of blogs where people said 10 games you need to play in 2026 or 30 games you need to play. And I had a total of over 300 games to sift through. I then saw where they got repeat mentions. So every time they got repeated, they got added to the list. And I dwindled that down to 50. So all these games in this top 50 got mentioned 2 or more times in different people's lists. Anything that didn't got scrapped. And there was a lot of big name games that got scrapped, which would surprise me. I'm not going to go through them because we'd be here all night. But that's how we got the top 50. So the more mentions it got, the higher up it goes, which is why people were surprised that Borderlands 4 was at the top last year, because that was such an average game. But it got talked about a hell of a lot. So, again, with Suicide Squad the year before, because people were like, is this ever actually coming out? Oh, it is coming out and was number one. But we know how that panned out. So there you go. Mm-hmm. As long as it's not GTA 6, we'll have to see. Will GTA 6 even get in the top 10? Are people fed of it? Is it one of those games that we've mentioned for the last year or 2 years that will now not get mentioned? The Curse of TNGC, number one anticipated game of the year. It's very real. I know. Seeing as Expedition 33 was like number 30 something in our list last year, no one knew that was going to become the massive success that it was. So there you go. It's an aggregate. Thank you for the effort. It's all right. I spent 2 weeks putting these two shows together. I shit you not. This is how I spend my time off during Christmas. But I enjoy doing it. So we can deliver it to you guys. So thank you so much to everyone who's been watching on YouTube and Twitch. We'll be back with another Tuesday night gaming chat with the other top 25 on next week's show. And we will be having, before the end of the month, we will have done our 250th show. So that will be the last show of January. How cool is that? So we will be doing that. Literally, every time I spoke to Mag over Xmas and New Year, he was working on these shows. Yes. So there you go. I am back tomorrow, 8:30 on TikTok and Twitch, doing Just Dance 2026, where you get to pick the songs. You'll be able to see the list and directory of the songs. You can click on it, pick on a song, and then I will dance like a monkey for you. But more importantly, as I said, at 10 p.m., there is a huge announcement. And I'm not confirming or denying what people have been saying, but at 10 o'clock, it is the biggest announcement of, well, I'm going to say this year, so something really needs to top it, and we're only on the 6th of Jan. But it is also probably the biggest thing for my career. So there you go. So that's all I am saying. Thank you to all the mods, as always, and thank you to the wonderful audience. Thank you to Mr. David Jones, as always.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Always advancing in knowledge as well. That's what I love. So thank you
That's
for
right.
this. And there you go. I'm sure if you bribe Dave, he has got the list for the 25 games next week. So he will, for money, he will share it with you. So there you go. For those on YouTube, the stream will end. For those on Twitch, we are going to go raid someone. So let's see who is on. Thank you to all of you. God, there's a lot of people on tonight. But I think I want to raid someone I've not raided in ages. And I think I'm going for Mr. Julian Hemmindigger, because he's been on the show. I think he was on the show very early last year. Great guy, works on Double Toasted. He's been away off Double Toasted as well, which is the film show I watch late on Sunday nights. I haven't seen him stream in months because he's also an actor. So he's been on a theatre show. So he's been touring. So want to see what he's up to. Let's go raid him. He is watching trailers for new games and films announced for 2026.
Oh,
how perfect is that? That is perfect. So let's go raid Julian. He's an absolute legend. I'm going to press that button. That raid is going to start. And all I'm going to say is, wherever you are in the world, have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening. And we shall see you Tuesday next week. And I shall see you tomorrow for Just Dance. With that, thank you so much. And I'm going to press the button and say good night. See ya.
Good night.